Alright, Geometry folks, we're still working on the quiz Parts of Circles version 1, but in this video we are going to cover problem number 3. So I've already filled in some things here on problem number 3. I'll just read it real quick. It says a circle with center point O and diameter AC was cut in half, and the resulting semicircle, chord AB has a length of 150 millimeters, and chord BC has a length of 80 millimeters. Find the area and circumference / perimeter of the semicircle. All right, so again, semicircle is a half circle, so I made a note of that. Put on the measurements, 150 and 80 that they gave us. They mentioned AC was the diameter. So there's our diameter. And then I filled in the formulas for area and perimeter circumference of a semicircle. You can see those there. So the one thing that we're missing right now is is the radius or the diameter. 150 is not the radius or diameter. 80 is not the radius or diameter. Diameter is AC. But what we have here, if you notice, with that right angle, is we have a right triangle. And we want to know the hypotenuse of that right triangle. Just going to kind of redraw it out here. And we know the legs of the right triangle. So just a reminder, the legs make the right angle. So 150 is one of the legs and 80 is the other. And the hypotenuse, which here I'm just going to call D, is is opposite from the right angle. So we're looking for the hypotenuse. So our formula, that leg squared plus leg squared equals hip squared. And if we fill in our numbers, we'd have 150 squared plus 80 squared equals D squared. And if you want to break that down, remember, I'm okay if you let the calculator have the fun over here, but that is 22500, 22,500 plus 6,400 equals D squared. And that added together is, I wrote it down here, 28,900. That is the diameter squared. But of course, we don't really want the diameter squared. We want the diameter. So take the square root of diameter squared, take the square root of that 28,000 and change, and you get 170 is the diameter. So that's AOC, or that's AC, I guess I should say. So we could certainly fill that into our perimeter formula. Area formula, we need radius. So radius is half of the diameter. Radius would be 85. So yeah, so that, in my opinion, that's the hard part. Hard part's over. We just got to put these numbers in and crunch the numbers. So 1/2, if we do 3.14 for pi times the radius is 85 squared. This is getting us the area, and I punched that in already, and that gave me 11,343.25, and that would be square millimeters for the area. All right. Perimeter, I guess I'll switch up the colors here. Half of pi, we'll do 3.14, but now we got the diameter is 170, and then remember that you do half the circumference, but then you got an exposed diameter that you got to account for. That's what this plus D is. So that's plus another 170. And I already punched this in. My calculator tells me this first part is 266.9, and then we're adding 170 to that. So we got 436.9 as our perimeter. That would be just regular millimeters. So there you go. So again, in my opinion, besides the formulas can be a little tricky, but otherwise the trick here was finding the diameter, finding the radius, and we used the right triangle and Pythagorean theorem to do that. So hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.